What's going on, guys? Frankie Foresight back here with another video. This one is going to be on the Epstein file release and the evil that is just swamping our government and our country. And it's really a worldwide thing, but it's definitely the worst here in America. And there needs to be something done about it because ultimately, if we're going to just sit here and do nothing, there can be an argument made that we are just as evil as these people if we sit here and do nothing about it. So, I've talked about this topic quite a lot in some of my old videos, which are over a year old now, but if you guys want to go back and watch that, you can. But I've been talking about this for over a year, and now we can see they're just putting these facts right in our face. So, they're giving us no choice but to act on these things. Nevertheless, let's begin with these points that I want to make. So, we'll start from where we've been starting from, this yin yang symbol, and why this all stems from the feminine men in our government, because the feminine men in our government are so deprived and they are so iniquitous in their actions and desires that they always end up abusing women and children, which we can see in these files that are released. I don't even want to begin to discuss the disgusting things that these people do. And yeah, if you guys want to do that research yourself, I'm not going to talk about that in this video. If you guys want to do that, you can. But we know that, at this point, it's not a, and this is where people get it confused, it's not a debate or it's not an argument against about like Republican or Democrat or left or right, or it's just at this point it is literally just good versus evil. Are you a good person or are you an evil person? Which one do you support? And which one are you going to go against? So and the main underlying problem with this is that we do not have enough masculinity in men today to actually take initiative to take the fucking country back and put it in the right hands so the righteous can rule this country once again. But this is why I wrote here, we need more yang energy in men, because, and this is why today testosterone and masculinity are under direct attack via women, the food we eat, the entertainment they give us to sedate us all day long. Everybody's constantly distracted with, food, entertainment. Everyone's distracted with their flesh's desires today, that they have no spiritual conviction anymore. They have no inner spiritual voice that's telling them right from wrong. They just know survival, what they should do right from wrong in terms of survival, whether when they should eat, when they should drink, whether they should watch TV to get a dopamine release, whether they should go on the Democratic or Republican side to align their values with one of the. You completely missed the fucking point. Like I said, in today's world, it is good versus evil. And notice how good, if you take out an O, that's God. Evil, if you add a D, that's the devil. So between good and evil is what you D, and O is what you do. And a lot of people today, this is what I said, why is nobody moving? Why is nobody taking an initiative to deal with these things? And ultimately, it's because of, the feminine bystander effect. Everybody is going to wait for somebody else to do something. Nobody wants to make the first moves because it's dangerous, because it's risky, because you could die. And nobody really today is willing to die, especially if you're not right with God. You're afraid of what's going to happen after you die if you're not right with God. You're afraid of the Lord's judgment. So clearly you are not going to risk your life for such I mean, even in this case where people are doing the most evil thing, arguably, that you could do, torturing, abusing children, trafficking children. It's just fucking crazy that this is the point that we've gotten to. These are the crossroads that we're at. You're at the crossroad with the devil himself. These people, let me right over here. As I've talked about in my other video about Baal and Satan and Moloch, these people are literally worshiping Satan, Baal, and Moloch. They have temples. This is what Freemasonry is. They design these temples and buildings with these. I don't want to talk about it right now, but I mean, it might have something to do with ley lines. That's a very old thing that just popped into my mind. But these people are building temples and ritualistic, like the Bohemian Grove, and if you see on Epstein's Island, the fucking temples, the Greek-style temples that they're building to sacrifice children. They're doing blood rituals, blood sacrifices. They feed off of fear. I'm not gonna say the achrome. If you know what achrome is, that's another thing. And this leads me to a legendary quote from Einstein himself. He said, "The world will not go into disarray, or the world will not go into chaos because evil people are doing evil." Which, I mean, that's the cause, but the enabler is the people that sit there and do nothing, because we are the majority. There's maybe, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000 of these people in this big pedophile ring in the government and stuff, but we are there's millions of us, and we sit here and do nothing about it. We sit here and act like we are completely impotent to do anything. That is not God's will. You are basically on their side. You're doing what they want. They want you to sit there and watch them while they do whatever the fuck they want to. They want you to sit there like a good boy, like a good feminine boy who has low testosterone, a little soy boy, and do nothing about it. So, and another thing I want to talk about is that people in today's world are, like I said before, sedated through, entertainment, media, video games. They just sit there and, please their flesh with no spiritual conviction about anything that's going on in the world. And people are also desensitized to these things that they're doing, like torture and murder and kidnapping, because they put these things in, like I just said, the sedation, the media, through video games where you're killing people, through media, like women watch this stuff, like true crime stuff where women are raped, murdered, trafficked, all kinds of crazy shit, tortured, cannibalized. That's another thing these people do. People are desensitized to these things because they're exposed to it every day. When you are not exposed to something like that, your mind has the natural, like, adrenaline trigger. When you are constantly fucking exposed to this shit through the media, you're desensitized to it and it becomes kind of normal. Which I'm not saying any of these things are normal, but that's how your subconscious is viewing it. So, one of the last things I want to talk about is, what will the future generations think of us? What will if you have kids, or if you were to have grandkids, what will they think of you that you sat here and did nothing about this while these people are doing all of these fucking evil things and you sat here and watched and did nothing? Do you really think that they're going to respect you? Do you really think that they're going to think of you like a real man when you did absolutely nothing but sit on your fucking ass, maybe went to work, came home, watched whatever TV show you like to watch, and just lived the wage slave life? And that's all you did. You did nothing to stop what they're doing. You keep working for them. You keep paying taxes to them. You're literally on their side. And a lot of people don't see this at all. You are on their side without any question. And you're afraid to switch teams because you're afraid of the Lord. You're afraid of death. But that being said, ultimately, in this country and what is happening around the world at this time, I mean, I truly believe that this is going to be, I know that this is going to be one of the craziest years, you know, in the past maybe 500 to 1,000 years. This year, we need a fucking revolution in this country and in many parts of the world, because these people, there's no other way to stop evil other than to completely eliminate it, because they won't stop. They're showing you these things right in front of your face. And that's why, starting March 1st, I myself am going to be starting protests, and we're going to see how many people, how much of a movement we can really start to actually do something. Because I'm not going to sit here and watch these people do these evil things while I sit here and do nothing about it, because I'm not a fucking bitch. I have the fucking dick and balls. My testosterone is high. I'm not a soy boy that wants to sit here and watch them do these fucking heinous things and do nothing about it. So I'm going to do at least something. At least it's greater than zero, right? And we'll see how much of a movement we can really start and how much influence we can have on people, because you can't tell me that more than 50% at least of Americans will get behind this idea that it's a wrong to fucking hurt children. I mean, there's got to be at least 80% of people that think that way, I would hope. Because this is, like I said, this is the ultimate evil. I mean, this is the division between, are you good or are you evil? Are you going to finally step in and fucking do something? These people have been abusing us and people and trafficking women and children for I don't know how long, for decades. And people sit here and do nothing about it. Now they put it right in your face. And if you sit there and do nothing about it still, they just laugh at you and thank you. They're thanking you for sitting there and doing nothing. That's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and definitely share the video. Subscribe if you want. But we need to share this message for sure. Like I said, March 1st, I'm not going to say where I live, but I'll be going to the Capitol building in my city and at least protesting to see what kind of movement we can start. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.